Now I'm going to get straight to it. Now I'm going to get straight to the point. I told myself that I wasn't going to frequently speak about what they label gang stalking because I didn't want to give too much of my energy to that, being that I am a heavily watched individual. But I had to come to a realization that, if I'm silent, how can I help others that are going through similar situations? We all have our own walk of life, but to the same destination and that source. For the certain ones that walk that narrow path, I want you to know that, unfortunately, a lot of people talk about being chosen as if, it's special and, don't get me wrong, right? When you have a high anointment, higher purpose in life, or be labeled a star seed, a celestial being having a human experience, a living soul, you have to have an understanding that it's not meant to be easy for you. And if you are really, on that walk, then you will be experiencing a lot of ridiculing, a lot of, hatred, a lot of judgment, a lot of admiration, a lot of, influence, a lot of curiosity, a lot of jealousy, a lot of evil eye, a mixture of both, something like the yin and yang. So with that being said, being a part of, certain groups that they label and put you on the watch list, even when you're not doing anything illegal, then you have to question, why, who are you, what are you doing? Do you have a platform? And excuse the noise, because I understand that Satan, is here to cause confusion and noise to try to distract this message. Like even now, it is a spiritual war, and I cannot stop saying it. But those that only can see in the physical, they can't comprehend, higher dimension. Those are the ones that'll be forever stuck in the lower realms. And I speak like this because as much as I try to fit in, as much as I try to be normal, I just have to realize that I'm not. And you have to realize that you're not. And you have always been watched. They've always tried to distract you. They've always tried to do so many things to stop you, but you, without even knowing, you have been overcoming so many different adversities, so many struggles, so many aggravations. You overcame so much without even realizing it. You are the one. And I speak to those who walk that path. Don't worry about the evil eye. Don't worry about any organization. Because at the end of the day, you will overachieve. You will over succeed, and you have legions and armies that rise with you. That's why you have so many legions of demons going against you. Your name hold weight. So I need you to know, like, if you're doing any type of platforms. Yeah, you could get big, or maybe, you know, you see a lot of maybe shadow banning, um, and whatever those labels are, anytime they hindering you, especially if you're on like social media platforms and you speaking the truth, because the devil live and breathe off a lie. Of course, it's these archons, it's the same ones, many names, but the same beings. And for those who can't comprehend this message, then it's not for you. And for those that understand this, then this message is for you. I'm not worried about no evil eye, no organization, or anything. I give my all to the universe. I put it in the universe. I give it to Mother Universe and let her deal with you. And that's what you should do when you walk in this, or ride in this, or stroll in this narrow road. There's many potholes. There's many roadblocks. There's many distractions. There's many lusts. There's anything you could think that's disagreeable and agreeable, on that road, but try to block you from ascension. But you will ascend, because you have learned to master. Maybe not all the emotions, but you are getting close, but you are having, this human experience. Just overstand, try not to take all these attacks too personal. I know sometimes I do, and I have to realize that it's all a test. And they did not choose you for no reasons. You were handpicked to carry a burden that some may call gifts. Not too many can carry it. That's why it's only a few that are chosen. And there are many that are called to assist. And you are among the chosen. But it's a price that comes with that. And it never meant to be easy. So, of course, you are exactly who you say you are. They hated him, so why wouldn't they hate you? What's overstood don't have to be explained. Look in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. And vice versa. So I want you to know, male, female, you're going through so many personal attacks, and especially if you got messages and you on platforms, or you are artists, any ways of, expressing and helping others. Not saying you're perfect, just saying you're searching, for your ultimate purpose or purposes. But I'm not going to drag this video too much longer. I just want you to know that you are being watched constantly. You are being stalked constantly. And everything they taught you was a lie. You were born with a veil, over your head so you could see in the spiritual. That's why you can see these demons right in their face. You can see it, They ride, they act crazy. You trigger their demons because you are that light. You are that light that they really, really, really fear. And if they could have did something to you, they would have did it a long time ago. The universe don't play about you. Your ancestors don't play about you. The source don't play about you. I know you're going through a lot, but you're definitely not the one to be messed with. You are the one. And that's a strong message. Triple ones to God. I own us 13. And I'm out.